Welcome back to the Wealth Society. You made the right choice by clicking on this video. Let's talk. You wake up, check your phone, and before you even get out of bed, you see someone your age or younger posting about their new car, their trading win, their business hitting six figures, or their freedom lifestyle. And immediately your brain goes, "Must be nice." But then almost without noticing you add, "Yeah, but that's not me." You go to work, do what you're supposed to do. You pay your bills. Yeah, maybe save a little. And at night, when things get quiet, you think about the life you know you want. But it feels far. Like it's on the other side of some invisible wall everyone else figured out how to climb except you. If that feels uncomfortably accurate, stay with me. Because that feeling? It's not because you're far away. It's because your brain is lying to you about distance. My name is Miguel, and if you're someone who knows they have what it takes to make your dreams come true, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Now look, this isn't one of those motivational videos where someone yells, "Believe in yourself," and calls it a day. This is about proof. Math. Psychology. Behavioral economics. And by the end of this video, you're going to see, very clearly, why you are much closer to your wildest dreams than you think, and what's actually been slowing you down. Challenging a common mental block early. Here's what most people assume. If I were really close, I'd feel it. That assumption is wrong. In fact, it's backwards. Psychologists call this the progress illusion. When you're early in a journey, progress feels exciting. When you're actually close, progress feels slow, boring, and invisible. This is why people quit right before breakthroughs. And the data proves it. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that motivation drops most sharply when people are 70 to 90% toward a goal, not at the beginning. Why? Because the brain doesn't reward distance traveled, it rewards novelty. Once something becomes familiar, your brain stops celebrating it, even if it's working. This is where most people mess up their financial lives. The psychology behind financial behavior. Let's talk about money behavior for a second. According to research from the National Endowment for Financial Education, over 90% of financial decisions are emotional, not logical. That means you don't save logically. You don't invest logically. You don't quit goals logically. You react emotionally. And here's the real kicker. Your brain is wired to overestimate how far you are from success and underestimate how powerful consistency actually is. Why? Because your brain evolved for survival, not long-term wealth. Short-term certainty, long-term growth. That's why. A paycheck feels safer than a business. A fixed salary feels safer than investing. Comfort feels safer than potential. Even when the math says otherwise. The math most people never run. Let's get concrete. Here's what most people don't realize. Small financial actions compound way faster than your emotions can keep up with. Example. If you invest $300 per month at an average 8% annual return, which is historically conservative for diversified markets, after 5 years $22,000. 10 years $55,000. 20 years $176,000. And that with no big wins, no businesses, no get-rich-quick nonsense. Now here's the part that messes with people's heads. In the first 10 years, you make only about 31% of the final total. The remaining 69% comes later. So emotionally, it feels like, I've been doing this forever and nothing's happening. But mathematically, you're literally loading the spring. This is why people quit investing, quit businesses, quit learning right before acceleration. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, Miguel, but those examples assume consistency and my life isn't consistent. Fair. But here's the thing. Consistency isn't about intensity. It's about identity. Behavioral science shows that people who tie actions to identity, I'm an investor, I'm a learner, I'm someone who builds assets, are over 3x more likely to stick with habits than those focused on outcomes alone. You don't need to feel motivated. You need to see yourself differently. Think about flying. When a plane leaves the runway, for the first 90% of the flight, you don't feel much happening. It's loud, bumpy, boring. But that last 10%? That's when you actually arrive. Financial success works the same way. The boring years are not wasted years. They're required years. This is where it gets really interesting. Here's something almost no one talks about. Your brain tracks progress logarithmically, not linearly. Meaning, the jump from $0 to $1,000 feels huge. The jump from $10,000 to $20,000 feels smaller. The jump from $100,000 to $200,000 barely registers emotionally. But mathematically, each step is exponentially more powerful. That emotional disconnect is why people feel stuck even when they're winning. Eye-opening statistics. Let's look at some real data. According to Fidelity, the average millionaire did not inherit money. Over 88% of millionaires are self-made. The average age someone reaches their first million? 49 years old. Not 25. Not overnight. Slow, boring, unsexy accumulation. And get this. A study by Vanguard found that behavioral mistakes cost investors an average of 1.5 to 2% per year, and not lack of intelligence, not lack of opportunity. Just behavior. Fear. Impatience. Comparison. Why comparison destroys progress. Social media compresses time. You're seeing someone's 10-year result next to your 2-year effort in the same feed. That's psychological sabotage. Your brain goes, I'm behind. But you're not behind, you're just early. And early feels uncomfortable. Number 1, change your time horizon. Here's something you can do today. Stop asking, how fast can this work? Start asking, how inevitable can I make this? People who win financially don't chase speed. They remove exit ramps. Automate. Investing. Saving. Learning. Make quitting harder than continuing. Number 2, track inputs, not results. Here's what most people don't realize. Results lag behavior. If you track only money, motivation dies. Instead, track hours learned, trades executed correctly, systems built, habits completed. This keeps your brain engaged while results catch up. Number 3, design your environment. Psychology beats willpower every time. Unfollow people who trigger comparison. Follow people who explain process. Spend time where your future feels normal. Your environment shapes belief faster than motivation ever will. The core realization. Here's the truth. Look. If you're watching videos like this, if you're thinking about money differently, if you're questioning the old path, you're not late. You're transitioning. And transitions feel unstable. That instability doesn't mean you're failing. It means the old version of you is losing control. Let's close here and we'll continue on the next video. You're closer than you think, not because of hope, but because you're learning. You're aware. You're building systems. And once momentum crosses a certain point, life doesn't ask your permission anymore. It just changes. If this helped shift your perspective even a little, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this message matters. And subscribe if you're serious about building wealth with clarity, discipline, and long-term thinking. I'll see you in the next one.